stories get weirder and weirder every time he disappears. Like he's currently MIA right now. Actually, we haven't had any communication with him. Neither has Fumi for about a month now.
Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. We are recording live today from Tama Base Camp. How you doing, Joey?
Welcome, everybody. I'm doing good.
So we've been in Japan for how long at this point?
This is day 4.
Let's start with a quick trip recap.
We landed Wednesday night. What did we do? We got a chicken ramen was our first stop.
Nippori, there's a really fire chicken ramen spot. I don't know what it's called, but take a look if you land in Nippori off the Keisei Skyliner. Really good.
It's an interesting flavor. It reminds me of chicken noodle soup. It's like a familiar flavor, I would say, for someone that didn't grow up in Japan. Okay, that was day 1, Wednesday. Half day, not even a real day. Let's consider that day 0. Day 1, we hit the ground running. We got to TBC, Tokyo Suburban Midterm Stay. And immediately we went to that first day. We woke up early, jet lag. We went to the hardware store, was our first stop. We bought a bunch of more plants, some nice concrete little block things to put plants on. We quickly assessed the house situation and started filling it with, we realized we needed a little bit more details on the walls and stuff like that to make the house look a little bit more homey. So that was our first mission.
It's getting there. So we've had a friend stay. He's been working on the garden. We got this like giant rock placed right on top of our garage, which is slightly worrying. There's some big cracks, I think, in the concrete, but house is looking good. It's a really good feeling. We have some friends in the area that we're hiring to help build furniture and get progress done. House is looking great.
Yeah, big shout out to our friends Josh and Linda for helping us while we're away. I don't think the rock caused the cracks, just to be clear here.
It's just we're a little worried. We wanted a high impact rock or boulder, and we had someone come and crane it in. Expensive, like $700, but we now understand rock delivery. If you're looking for a landscaper, we can also introduce you to Josh. He's been awesome thus far.
Yeah, really great. And he also helped us with Amazon deliveries and putting together Akiya furniture, that kind of thing. So big shout out, Josh. That was a really big help having that done, because I know we both know how bad the Danboru cardboard can get when you're getting a ton of packages delivered. So thanks again.
Yep. So the house is, I'd say 90% there. As Joey mentioned, just a couple personal touches. It is cold as balls here, though. Luckily, we have 5 split unit heaters running all the time, but we are looking at installation quotes that came back at close to $20,000 US, I believe, to double paint all the windows and maybe do the floor installation.
Yeah, quite expensive.
It's not comparatively to the US though. It's a big job. We have, I don't know, like 30 windows, I feel like.
Windows are expensive. I know from my dad listening. I know we bought some windows for the cottage or whatever, so stuff. It adds up.
Shout out.
We go to Happy Harry's in Nova Scotia. It's, I don't know, when cheaper end windows and stuff they sell. But yeah, windows can be expensive.
Anyways, fast forward, we recorded a podcast with Shu Matsuo. Many of you guys know him from YouTube. And
this was the next day. Yeah, woke up early the next day.
And we also were joined by Brett, his business partner. They're making a website called Akiya Hub. I think we'll release that podcast maybe next week or the week following. So really interesting chat. Be sure to keep an eye out for that. We recorded a couple of videos with him. So we will be making an appearance, our debut appearance on Shu's channel soon too.
Shout out to Shu and Brett. Check out their website, akiyahub.com.
After that, it's just been meetings back to back. It's
no rest. Day 3.
Joey and I've talked about it. It's a defensive mechanism by being in Tama. We're close enough to Tokyo, but also far enough where people don't maybe want to come visit us all the time. And I think we've been building this business. We've both been in North America. I really actually do making these sprint trips. We come here, we pack it 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., if not sometimes more with work, but it feels like we're really getting shit done.
A lot does get done. I don't love the sprint trip. I would like it. So we do these 2-week sprint trips. I would like it to be 3 weeks, pace it out a little bit more. But at the end of these sprint trips, every single time, a lot does get done.
Yeah, we build up like a ton of action items. We've talked to a ton of people on Google Meets, and it's like great to see people in person. And just, I feel like a lot of things just break through and we make a lot of progress.
After Shu, we met with some people from business that is helping us incorporate here in Japan. So I had some more back-to-back meetings, as Take said. The next day, no rest, hit the ground running, downtown Tokyo, took the train in. We ran a Akiya Mart direct summit.
Yep.
We gathered all the real estate agents that we're working with and just it was like a 5-hour meeting to align on certain things, streamline the process, standardize things.
Yeah, if this is your first time listening, Akiya Mart Direct is our purchasing program. We really haven't been too vocal about it because we've been figuring out the nuts and bolts. After yesterday, feel very confident. We have our shit together. We have a really good streamlined process. We're building in technology. We're building in. We're helping close to 60 customers at this point, and we're starting to see where people have questions, where the pitfalls are, where the friction is. So, really excited. I think we will do more of an official launch soon, but we got all our agents in a room. We were just like, hey, what are the problems? Why can't we do it this way? Why can't we do this way? And I think we made sizable progress.
I think all the agents in the room as well, were very impressed with the effort that we put in, and not only impressed with the effort that we put in to standardize stuff, but the progress we made at actually standardizing and deciding on these things. So I think very productive meeting.
We specifically printed out like tons of sheets of paper. We had done a couple corporate meetings in Japan. We noticed like everyone loves having printouts of slides. So we were like, all right,
color printouts.
Let's do it. So
they use the good ink.
Thank you to our agents who are maybe listening. You've probably heard on their interviews on the podcast. We have some more stuff coming, but we're really excited. 2025 is going to be the year. We're aiming to maybe do 250 transactions this year. Fingers crossed. I think we can do it.
Next day.
It's today.
Is today, and we're here now, and we've got tomorrow. We're still in Tokyo running a few more errands, and then after that, Tuesday, so day 6, we are waking up early and making our trip to Beppu.
Yep. Quick highlight: we actually closed on our Nagasaki property 2 days ago too. So congratulations, Joey. 5th Akiya in the books. We are
Cinco de Akiya.
Nagasaki champon. I don't know if you've ever had Nagasaki champon, Joe, yet, but we're going to go get some.
No, I've never been to Nagasaki either.
Okay. So yeah, we're headed down, but that's not the point of today's episode. We are going to do some fun predictions. Joey came up with a really good idea. We've been talking, and many of you guys have been following along with our journey on Jisoji Lux, which we call now Beppu Hot Springs Rental. We are in a constant limbo. Is our property done yet? And we want to make some predictions now. We're going to do a post-mortem as well to be like, let's see how things actually turned out. Quick plug, we did post a new YouTube video today. So I don't know when we're going to post this, but new YouTube video on our before and almost after. But the big question is Sato San. Joey, you want to give us a little context on who Sato San is? What's the deal with him?
People always find the Sato San stories funny, so we wanted to dive into that a little bit more. Just a heads up, Sato San is not his real name. We've been using a fake name alias for this contractor as well, so we're not trying to dox him or whatever.
Dox
him, yeah. But Sato San is our contractor in Beppu, and for listeners of the podcast, we've had several kind of quirky, wild issues with this contractor, and I think overwhelmingly one of the main issues is we just never know when we're going to finish this property. But rewinding the clock a little bit, we started this renovation November 2023.
Yeah.
And we're in February now, 2025. So, it's been over a year. And Sato-san, we went with Sato-san. So again, we discuss this on the webinars and the consults we do when we talk about our experience using contractors. But we went with Sato-san because he was down to do a bunch of custom stuff.
Yep.
We wanted horikotatsu in the living room. We got this big 3-meter long table. We wanted to make that like a sunken table where you sit on the tatami mat floor and your feet go down below the floor level. And we wanted to do some custom stuff in the shower room, etc. And the other contractors that we interviewed, none of them wanted to do this custom stuff. There's like prefabricated solutions for kitchens and bathrooms in Japan. And most contractors, it seems, want to use those prefabricated solutions. Not Sato-san. He seemed like he was down for anything.
He seemed like a really nice guy. Seemed very honest. We had actually gotten him as a referral. So I think we put a lot of trust in. And thankfully, we're working with Fumi. And Fumi was actually the one who introduced us. So she's been the go-between and honestly, she's been chasing Sato for the past year and a half. So bless her heart. Thank you, Fumi. But yeah, again, it started out very optimistic. Sato was like, I'll get this job in 2 months. 2 months, no problem. Like me and Joey, oh, okay. And
Great.
gave us a really good lowball kind of price. Take a listen to our podcast with Kuhn Klinkers. He's one of the architects that we walk through the situation. He's like, you guys got played.
So I don't know if we got so
I don't think we got played, but he was like, this sounds pretty typical.
Familiar. Yeah. So we want to do some predictions here. So we're about to go down to Beppu. This is maybe our fourth, since we started working with Sato-san, this is maybe our fourth kind of in-person check-in on the progress of the house, 3 or 4. And so we want to make some predictions of what we can expect. But right before we make those predictions, I just want to recap some of the funny stories, quirks that have happened over this past year and a half with Sato-san. So first thing was around that first Christmas, he texted us saying that he either broke his femur or got a piece of metal impaled in his leg. He fell off a ladder. And I was like, did this happen at our house? I was concerned it happened on our property. He said, no, it happened at his mother's house kind of thing. But he was going to be he couldn't work on the house for maybe 2 or 3 months with this broken leg kind of thing. So that was the first like yellow, red flag. I'm not sure what color.
He sent us a photo of his leg really wrapped up. And we're like, that's definitely not a hospital.
Yeah.
It looked like we want to give him benefit of the doubt. This was his true strike one.
Yeah, like he sent us a picture as proof, but like the picture was taken in a way it was like hard to really see what was going on, and almost like a little childish. I don't know. Anyways, that was the first kind of red flag there. We're like, all right, fine. It's not going to be 2 months, but we still really like Sato-san. Second thing, his communication has always been pretty poor as well. It's hard to get him to respond to texts. It's hard for Fumi to get him to respond to stuff. The next thing that happened was maybe that spring or summer, he told us he disappeared, MIA for a few months again. After the broken leg thing, he came back and was working for a little bit, but then disappears again, comes back after a few months and tells us that he was in jail. He got arrested, something involving his ex-wife that we don't really fully understand the situation there. But he was like, they took my phone and everything, so I couldn't communicate with you. I was in jail. And but you can't pay my bank account anymore. You need to pay me in cash. Like they're going to take everything you send to the bank account. You need to pay me in cash. And we're like, all right, Sato-san just got out of jail, needs cash. Got it.
That was super funny. I think we were hanging out one time and your brother texted you like, hey, heard Sato-san just got out of jail and owes you cash from the podcast. But during this entire time, we've been like, Fumi, hey, can you get us updates? And she's going to the house. She's taking photos. She's probably much angrier than we are. And again, she's been chasing him. And Sato's not answering my calls. His phone is off, excuse after excuse. So again, thankfully for Fumi, she's been the one chasing here. We've been, I think, the good cops. We've been having her be the bad cop. So
last time we saw Sato-san, we had just come back from a bakery and we had some like sweetbreads. There's a new bakery opened up near our house in Beppu, so we're going there quite often.
Penguin Bakery, bomb.
Penguin Bakery. And we go back and I forget what it is, but we got our hands full of pastries from the bakery store, and Fumi was with us, and for some reason Sato-san mentioned
I haven't eaten for 3 days, and like Joey, you were just like, here's a cheesecake, and he just took it and he was like, thank you so much.
He hadn't eaten for 3 days. We're like, what? Like the story
hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. Stories get weirder and weirder every time he disappears. Like he's currently MIA right now. Actually, we haven't had any communication with him. Neither has Fumi for about a month now.
Yeah, we've
maybe longer.
Good cop in that same situation. He's, hey, I have nowhere to stay, and we're like, hey, you can stay here. And he was like very grateful. Really, I think he was like tearing up a little bit too. So we really have tried to be really nice and generous with him. He has taken a lot of time. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, he's maybe a compulsive liar.
That's my kind of honest read of the situation. Is I don't believe, like, he didn't have a limp or anything after getting a metal impaled in his femur a few months later. So yeah, I'm not sure I believe that story. I don't think he was actually in jail. I do think there's something going on with his ex-wife, but I don't know exactly what that is. I do believe that he thinks he can't have money deposited into his account. I don't know what that situation is there, but I think that he's a disorganized businessman and needed to take on other work to survive and pay rent and buy food and that kind of stuff. And that's why he's been disappearing. He has to work on these other projects. So our project slows down, and he just like
stacking more.
He can't admit that to us. And so he comes up with these crazier and crazier stories.
So our initial quote, I don't know what the initial quote is, but basically we've scoped about $40,000 for this project. We paid him, I think, close to $20K to start out. We paid him another $10K this second time in cash.
Mm-hmm.
And so we still owe him another $10,000. Quality of work, good and bad. I think we did the podcast. There's some things that were quite sloppy. There are things that he did.
Horikotatsu is great.
Horikotatsu is great. So when we saw him last time, we're like, hey, Sato-san, let's finish this. This is our final request. We just want some things cleaned up here. Pretty small stuff. What's the biggest thing?
Insulation in the roof.
Insulation in the roof. We believe he's done it. Let's see. The shower was a little bit of a concrete mess. It could have been awesome, but he actually put a coat on at the very end to make it look all gummy. So we decided, hey, let's put just cedar planks. And we saw a photo. It looks quite good. Don't know if it's functional. To this date, we have never used the shower. Is it going to be ready, Joey?
Yeah. Okay. Predictions.
Prediction market.
J-Lux predictions.
All right,
Let's
Joey.
go.
Let's go.
I predict the house is not going to be ready. I think the shower. I think this is what. So some of the things that we asked him to do, some paint smudges, like wallpaper bubbling in places. There are some areas where tatami meets the hardwood floor. That was a rough and sharp change there. Like you could cut your foot or something. So we asked small things like this. We asked him to fix. I believe the small things are fixed, and I believe the roof is insulated. I don't think the shower's done.
Okay. I agree with you. When we went last time, it was pretty livable. I think it's good enough at this point. If he's not fully done, maybe we have someone else come through.
Finish the job.
We just got it cleaned. So it's definitely livable. Do
you think we're going to see Sato-san on this trip to Beppu?
Yes. We owe him $10,000.
If Fumi texts him saying, hey, Take and Joe are going to be back in town, he's going to think they've got the cash to pay me the rest of the money, and he shows up. That's what you're predicting?
Yeah. He knows we owe. Joey's asked me, do you think Sato-san just forgot? Do you think he's forgot about the money that we owe him?
He's very disorganized. So I was like, do you think he thinks that he's fully paid up and now just can't be bothered to do the final 2% that's left on the house? That's what I was thinking. But
$10,000.
$10,000 is a lot of money.
We owe him $10,000. We are starting to prep to get it in cash if need be. Again, we're not paying. We're never going to pay this guy until he's done. I refuse until it's, hey man, this is what you said you do. We have it in writing.
Yeah, maybe. I think what we're talking about is paying him half of that 10K. Potentially, we can figure that out. The other thing I thought is, okay, he's probably organized enough to know that we owe him more money still. But do you think that the 10K is not worth finishing the job for whatever reason?
He knows how much we owe him. It sounds like he's constrained on money, obviously. There's definitely a shame factor, I believe. He's always been like, I'm very sorry. I'm going to make a special isogi or special speed and get this done fast. So I don't know. Maybe we got to do an interview with Fumi, actually. Let's do it. Let's do that with her and be like, Fumi, get her opinion. Like, it is important, I think, to understand psychologically how maybe some of these Japanese contractors think. I don't know if Fumi's going to know that, but for context, Sato-san has never left the country, actually. He's never been on a plane. He's great, really appears to be a very nice guy. I don't know. If you were to meet him on the street, you'd be like, wow, really nice Japanese guy.
Mm-hmm.
But to go back and answer your question, this place is not going to be done. I think we're just going to have to make the best of it and just start. We've been pausing our Airbnb process for the past year. We have earned $0 on this property. Good thing is we haven't been paying a mortgage because we bought it in cash. This was our first pilot project, so really thankful. Wouldn't have done it any differently, actually. I think it's hopefully you as a listener are learning from our maybe mistakes, but overall the place is pretty good. I think we can make it nice.
It was looking pretty good the last time we were there. Do you think we're going to be able to Every time we've left Beppu so far, we clean up the furniture, we pack it all away. Do you think we're finally ready to leave some of the furniture in place?
Yes. I think we're only going to be there for a couple of days, but I think we just have to.
I think we have to
At
as
this
well.
point, it's been too long. This Tokyo spot's pretty much done because it was a blank slate and it's been ready. I think we should just almost start ordering Amazon packages there. Might be a good idea.
To get some stuff. I sent something from Nitori there a long time ago, like right after we left the last time, the third like lamp thing. No idea the situation with that, but we'll find out.
Yeah, we need to take pro photos. So that's coming next. I do believe we'll be coming back maybe in April, May timeframe. That's when we really have to put the ribbon on, tie the ribbon on the bow. What's the word for that?
Tie a bow on it.
Tie a bow on it. There we go. Tie a bow on it. But
yeah, I think we need to. Yeah, I think we got to start putting the furniture in and not tidying it up because it is. I really like Beppu, but it is a pain to assemble the beds and then deassemble the beds. Yeah.
So we got it professionally cleaned again. So this should be it. I think. What the cedar? Do we need to stain it or like finish polyurethane it or something?
I don't know. If you go to a Japanese onsen and they have a cedar, like a wooden bath, that's unfinished, but it does tarnish or it gets that black patina on it. Don't think it's mold. Who really knows? But it does tarnish.
Yeah. Okay. Rise and fall, maybe, of Sato San. It's been a journey. We need to cut this tie. I think we just need to.
Yeah.
Are we willing to just pay 10K to be done with it or no? Just pay him 5K. Let's call it a day, bro.
Yeah, on the one hand, I want him to just finish it. But on the other hand, it's do we just end the saga of Sato San?
We could just try to find a Finnish carpenter, fresh blood, and just be like, I think if we bring some fresh blood in, contractors will always start off very strong. I think that's a very common thing. People are like, okay, very impressed at how quickly they tore down and started making progress. But I think they just lose steam. And this has been like a book he's been trying to finish for the past year and a half and just can't get through.
It's the same thing with writing code or anything like that. The first 80% is fun. And then the final 20%, like really getting it ready for production is the most tedious part.
Anyways, we do have a YouTube video on it just released. Check out our YouTube channel, Akiya Mart. We are going to take some more footage. We've shifted our gear. We haven't been focusing on making too much content. I think we're just going to keep leaning into these podcasts. We've been trying to do Instagram. We've been trying to do XYZ. Are now going to just hire some people to take videos. I think it's been quite challenging when we're doing so many things to be like, okay, let's take some videos and remember to document.
Yeah. Another way, we've been doing more voiceovers in our YouTube videos.
Yep.
So that is something we can do while we're not in Japan as well. So maybe someone filming Nagasaki House, for example, and then we voice over. Food for thought. But the Sato San saga to be continued. We will do another podcast, maybe from Beppu on our last day, and we'll let you guys know. To be continued.
Joey, again, sorry, just to be clear, not finished is both of our predictions.
I'm saying shower, not finished.
Everything else.
Small touches finished.
Okay. Will we see Sato San? Yes, no.
I'm predicting no. You're predicting yes. So
I think he will come. I think he will come. Let's see if we can get Sato San on a podcast. 0% chance, actually.
Yeah.
Let's get Fumi on a podcast, though. But okay, guys, thank you for listening. I know we've been a broken record. We've talked about this over and over again, but the Jisoji Lux, what is now Beppu Hot Spring Rental, is almost done. Next adventure is going to be Nagasaki Crypto House. So we are going to Beppu and then Nagasaki right after. We know we've got a lot of good feedback, negative feedback on Bitcoin. It seems like there's been a huge aversion. Japanese locals do not want to do transactions or want to touch crypto. I don't know where the fear stems from. Maybe it's just new technology that is scary, but
yeah, I sold crypto last year, 2 years ago, and did my taxes, and it was really no different from selling stocks. But the aversion here in Japan, we're talking, so for a real estate transaction, you need a type of paralegal called a judicial scrivener here in Japan. We're trying to do this entire transaction from the buyer's perspective in Bitcoin. So let's just say we sell the house for 0.2 Bitcoin. We want the buyer to just pay the 0.2 Bitcoin and not deal in fiat or yen at all. But the judicial scrivener needs to get paid and the agent needs to get paid commission as well. So we've been trying to work on our judicial scrivener that we partner with and our agent to accept Bitcoin. I think that the agent might accept Bitcoin commission. Judicial scrivener was a no ultimately, but we did find out that us, the seller in this scenario, can pay for the judicial scrivener's fees on behalf of the buyer. So potentially we just collect the Bitcoin ourselves, sell it ourselves, and then pay the judicial scrivener that way. And we could also do the same for the agent.
Joey and I, we've been going on a lot of walks. We've been talking about it. We really have earned very little, $0 from all our properties. But with this all, I think we are trailblazing here. We will be the first Bitcoin transaction, to my knowledge, in Japan. We're probably not going to make money on it, but if and when things change, we will be the pioneers, I believe.
It's fun to, I feel like I don't know about you, Taki, but I feel like I'm not like doing it to be the first one to do a Bitcoin transaction in real estate. It's just like fun to like challenge something. Like
challenging.
Yeah. Like we both worked in crypto before. So like, why not try this?
Yep. So again, we've been saying this over and over, but good job, Joey. It's been about a year and a half on this journey. Things are blowing up. We appreciate everyone who's an Akiya Mart subscriber. If you are looking to purchase house, I feel strongly we can help you. We have some really good people on our team. So please reach out to us, a contact at akiya-mart.com. We're talking to a lot of people. Also, we've onboarded someone on our team, Eric. So Eric has been doing podcasts. You may have heard him before. So if you do want to book a consult, it's probably going to go to Eric, as me and Joey are going to be out for this month, heads down, trying to figure some stuff out. Any final words, Joey?
I'm excited for the ferry, actually. For people that have never traveled on a ferry in Japan, they're great. They got restaurants, onsen on them. We're going to take one from Osaka to Beppu in a few days. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So we'll go out with your favorite outro here, Joey, because we got the Roadcaster.